Hello and thank you for watching. Today I'm reviewing the Hermes P1 keyboard by Gamdias. I'll first tell you a few tech specs about the product, and then I'll go into greater detail with how the keyboard looks and functions. First of all, this keyboard is fully mechanical with N-key rollover. It also features RGB backlighting with 16.8 million color options, a 32-bit ARM Cortex microprocessor, and it also features a detachable wrist rest, which you see here. Another great feature is that it has 6 customizable profiles which allow you to switch up keybinds and macros in the push of a button. Well, technically it's 2 buttons. Yes, unfortunately this keyboard does not have dedicated macro or profile buttons. But what it lacks in keys it makes up for with its amazing price point and overall functionality. I know, you're probably grinding your teeth because I haven't mentioned which type of switches the keyboard features. The answer to that is, I'm not sure. On the website they are clearly listed as Gamdias certified blue switches. I can only assume that they are clones of Cherry MX blue switches. Whatever the case, I can tell you they are very clicky and satisfying to type on. They feel no different from any other mechanical keyboard that I've used in the past. Now that you've had a bit of up close and personal time with the keyboard, allow me to take you to the desktop while I will go over the Harris software and all of its features. When you launch the Harris software, it will automatically detect your keyboard and bring you to the Key Assignment tab on the software. Within the Key Assignment tab, you will find 2 more tabs, General and FN+G. The General section allows you to map any key to any other key. Have you ever thought to yourself, hey, I'd love if my backspace was my enter and vice versa? Well, with the Harris software, you can do that. On the FN+G section, you will find the option to assign macros to one of the 2 G keys. The G keys are keys which, when pressed in conjunction with the FN, play a specified macro. This is great, however, I would have liked to see the ability to map macros to any key on the keyboard, not just the 2 which they specify. I mean, who really uses their number pad? On this page, you will also find a checkbox which allows you to switch the FN key with the Windows key, and one additional checkbox to enable consecutive attack mode. The next tab is the Macro Management tab. On this tab you are able to create and record macros and edit them to your liking. Oh, did I mention that there is built-in memory on this keyboard to store profile settings and macros? This is a rare feature which I wish other peripheral companies would implement. Sometimes you don't want to have the software running in the background, or you are using your keyboard and mouse elsewhere. With onboard memory, both of those things are no problem. The next tab is titled Keyboard Luminance, and it does exactly what you would expect. It allows you to change the backlighting of your keyboard to suit your needs. There are 3 basic modes: static, custom pattern, which allows you to change the color of each key individually, and lighting effects. I won't go too much into detail with all of the effects and things that you can do because there is a lot. Next up is the Assign Sounds and Timer. On this page you can select any key on the keyboard and use it to play a recorded sound. It only accepts WAV format though. This feature is primarily targeted towards people who play MMOs. You can set it up so that when you press a key, it will alert you when something is off cooldown or something like that. So it's not gonna have a big use in MOBAs and things like that because you're constantly getting cooldown and stuff like that, and the values that the timer would need to be would change. However, that being said, I do enjoy using it as a soundboard, although I haven't found a way to combine the audio from the Harris software with my microphone so that I could use it effectively in Discord or online gaming. Sound File Edit allows you to record sounds for use with the previous page. However, that being said, I mainly just grab WAV files from whatever website and just load them straight in. Timer settings allows you to set up timers for the sound files like we talked about earlier. Not super useful, but I guess it's a nice feature. Now I want to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of the product to wrap things up a little bit. So, the pros are, this keyboard is really cheap. I purchased it for $55 US. The feel. As I said, it feels like every other mechanical keyboard that I've used. Although, they've primarily been keyboards with blue switches. The wrist rest. I mean, at this price point, I would have been totally fine without there being one. Onboard memory and processor. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've ran macros before and it'll just freeze up my computer. I haven't had this happen yet with this keyboard, and I'm pretty sure that it's because of the onboard processor. Now, if you guys have ever used software like Razer Synapse or the Corsair utility, you'll know that when you play macros really fast and you don't set a delay, it'll just freeze up. And that's not the case with this keyboard at all. Okay guys, now I'm going to talk about the cons. Now, there aren't many, but there are a few. First of all, you can only use the G keys to play macros. That's kind of a bummer. I would have liked to have been able to map them to whatever other key that I wanted. Going along with that is there are no dedicated macro or profile keys. Now, at this price point, I mean, you know, I can completely understand that. It's already really cheap, and I mean, at this price point, you really can't complain too much about it. Now, my last and final con is they wouldn't send me any products for free to review. Yeah, I bought this keyboard with my own money. I mean, I wanted to try to get started here on YouTube, and this is my first kind of professional-ish review. I mean, yeah, the video quality is going to be crap. But if you guys could help me out, you know, give me a like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. That'd be great. You know, subscribe for more reviews in the future. If there's any particular products that you'd like to see reviewed, anything like that, leave it in the comments down below. And I mean, I'll see if I can get to it. If it's something that I'm going to use especially, then I mean, I'll be a little more likely to. Again, I'm getting started here. I'm not getting sent free products, so it's kind of up in the air. Anyway, until next time. Here is a sound test of the Gamdias Hermes P1 keyboard.